Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. William Ruto is a man under siege. Looking at William Ruto, I'm seeing a man who thought that this protest will quickly die off, after which it will be business as usual. But looking on how Gen Zs protested yesterday, it confirms this group is determined to continue with their protests till they achieve what they want. And one of their demands is for William Ruto to resign and to go home. That's the main desire of Gen Zs, and they are determined in achieving that. But Ruto, on his part, he still thinks that things are going to die down and it will be business as usual. United States of America has now delivered the bad news to Ruto on the ongoing protests. The United States Embassy in Kenya has issued a security advisory to American citizens citing ongoing protests in several cities across the country. The embassy warned its citizens that protests are likely on Tuesdays and Thursdays, particularly in central business districts and major thoroughfares. The embassy advises US citizens to monitor local media for road conditions, avoid crowds, and keep vehicle doors and windows locked. They also recommend informing friends and family of your whereabouts, reviewing personal security plans, and carrying a copy of your US passport and current Kenyan visa. That's America's embassy in Nairobi, and it's warning its citizens to be very careful because Kenya will be having protest demonstrations on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So according to US intelligence, they already know Kenya will be having protests on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I see that as a bad news to Ruto because Ruto would have loved this protest to die. But the US is warning its citizens that we are most likely to have these protests on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I believe America's intelligence is accurate. They have already looked at the situation and they know this protest will continue. That's a very bad news for Ruto and his supporters because they were hoping that things are returning back to normal and it will be business as usual. I want us to dig deep into that for Kenyans to understand what that travel advisory means for America and for William Samoei Ruto. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Let's continue. That advisory is a confirmation that Gen Z's protests are not dying anytime soon. Gen Zs are still determined in making sure William Ruto resigns. And if you listen to Gen Z speaking yesterday, they made it very clear they will continue with their demonstrations until William Ruto does what they want. So they are not stopping their protests anytime soon. And some of the demands they've laid on the table for William Ruto is for William Ruto to sack everybody in his government. He should do away with the Musalia's post of Prime Cabinet Secretary. Ruto should sack all the principal secretaries. He should sack all the departmental heads. after which eventually he should also resign. Those are demands Gen Zs have laid on the table for Ruto. I don't know whether William Ruto will accept those demands. But from the look of things, William Ruto still assumes that it's business as usual. If you listen on how he was speaking, referring to Ford Foundation, then you can just tell William Ruto still thinks Kenyans are joking. That travel advisory is a confirmation that America is not in any way helping William Ruto in containing the political quagmire he is currently going through. America is looking at William Ruto from the fence. It's not helping Ruto in any way. So William Ruto's friendship with America, in my honest opinion, was not beneficial to William Ruto. There is something America wanted to get from William Ruto. And if you look at things now, it's very clear that if America learns that William Ruto is getting unpopular in Kenya, they will easily dump him and they will work with Ruto's opponents. And I'm saying that because in other countries or in the past, that's what America has been doing. They can use you, but upon getting what they want from you, they easily dump you. I'm seeing America that is clearly dumping William Ruto. And again, if you look on how William Ruto attacked Ford Foundation, that can also give you some signs that in the coming months, days, the relationship between William Ruto and America will be on the rocks. William Ruto is a sinking man and he wants to sink with each and every person. I don't think America will agree to sink with Ruto. Sooner or later, they'll start sending some warnings to William Samoei Ruto. And again, if you look at that travel advisory, it proves beyond any reasonable doubt that Kenya is now getting a bad name globally, courtesy to William Ruto. In fact, our tourism will suffer because of what is happening in the country. William Ruto's government is using unnecessary force on peaceful demonstrators, and that's also giving this government a bad name. United Nations just warned a few days ago that they are monitoring the situation in the country. So internationally, we are getting a bad name, and that can hinder our tourism industry. The best thing, therefore, William Ruto to do is to resign. If he can't resign, then he should listen to what the ground is saying. Let him dissolve his government. Let him change, because we now know the problem is not even his government, but he is the government. He is the incompetent one. So his government has to be incompetent. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Any person watching us outside Kenya, drop a comment, let us know from which part of the globe you are watching us from. If possible, again, subscribe, give this video a like. That travel advisory confirms beyond any reasonable doubt these protests are only but going to continue. That's a bad news for Ruto, because he had hoped the protests were simply going to die. But that's not the case. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.